In the dead of night, while his family sleeps, Ben Pobji is overwhelmed by anxiety.
I need to escape, so I don't do something stupid. I don't want to die.
Ben always feels helpless when an attack strikes. But it's in the early hours that he feels most alone and desperate.
I need to escape, and I don't know how. I don't know how I'm going to get away from this. I don't know how to make it stop. It's feeling terrified of something that is entirely generated inside your own head. You feel short of breath, you sweat, you feel a pain in your chest, you feel things weighing you down, you feel your throat closing over, your teeth are grinding, your fists are clenched, you feel a desperate need to run away or to fight something, and there's nothing there. I can't breathe.
Anxiety is terrifying and common. It affects 1 in 4 Australians.
I find it very difficult to be funny.
What makes Ben so unusual is that he is a stand-up comedian.
I suffer very badly from anxiety. It's like cancer, only whinier.
How debilitating is this?
At its worst, you're thinking this might be literally what kills you.
It can strike anywhere, anytime.
During times like this, the only thing I can do is literally take deep breaths because I get into a state where I almost forget to breathe.
And anxiety can strike anyone.
I haven't slept well last night.
Even a reality television star.
Even just thinking of sitting in that cinema, I can already feel my anxiety starting, and it's just, I can't catch my breath. It's just all too much. I know what matters and what doesn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like it is a bit of a reality check.
Yep.
2 years ago, Tracy Jewel was unknown, living a stress-free suburban life.
I've always been a very resilient person and very strong, and, always like, the silver lining. I'm always like rose-coloured glasses, and life is great. Hi!
Then came Married at First Sight.
You may kiss your bride.
Being out of my routine and being in the public eye definitely started the triggers for anxiety for me.
Overnight, Tracy became a household name.
Right now, I'm saying leave.
We were intimate this morning, for crying out loud. It makes you look like an asshole.
So did doing this show cause your anxiety?
Yeah, 100%.
Life for Tracy dramatically changed.
It's really scary. It affects my day-to-day life. It makes day-to-day life hard.
Does it stop you from leaving the house sometimes?
I've become a total recluse because of it.
It's tragic, the effects it does have on people's lives, because it can prevent people from leaving their homes, and even walking to their mailbox can give them a severe panic attack. So some people have been at home for years.
Catherine Madigan is a psychologist specialising in anxiety. She says for people with the condition, the part of the brain that warns them of danger is overstimulated, leaving them in a state of constant fear.
Some people, their amygdala's overactive, that's the anxiety part of the brain, and these thoughts get stuck. And the more upset people get that this thought's popped into their head, and the more they try to push it out, it actually contributes to the thought persisting.
So is the problem then when someone isn't able to turn it off?
Yeah.
The life of living with anxiety.
27-year-old Taylor Pulverenti recorded this clip in her car as she was travelling to work. She wanted to show us exactly what an anxiety attack looks like and what it does to her.
Your head just overanalyzes. Your head just goes to think in any situation that you've failed, whoever you're with or whoever's involved. Like, it's just always pressure to succeed and be perfect, I guess.
Tell me what happens to you, what you're thinking, what you're feeling.
I just couldn't really think clearly, couldn't breathe. And then, I just started hyperventilating, crying, getting really hot, getting really shaky. And honestly, I wish I could almost record what my brain was doing, because my brain felt like it was like maybe 10 million different voices with different thoughts just going in and out. No real understanding of which one to listen to. It just consumes you.
I don't really even know what happened. It's just a stressful situation that you get faced with, and you just start to arc up and you start to freak out.
Can you feel the symptoms coming on?
It just changes in a second. Sometimes there's no warning. Sometimes you get nothing, it just happens, and then it'll just floor me for a few days after that. So that's anxiety.
I'm shivering inside.
Comedian Ben Pobji's anxiety can be triggered by the smallest of things. He worries about them until they become huge and overwhelming. The experts call it catastrophizing.
I can't stop thinking about. I can't get out. I can't breathe. Can be things like not being able to get to sleep, and you lie there and something in you starts to tell you, well, what if you never get to sleep? What if you never feel any better than this? That's what anxiety does. It gets you into a frightened, panicky state, and then it tells you this may be your life for the rest of your life. Maybe you are never, ever not going to be panicking. You go, when do you finish work? 6.
Ben's wife, Rebecca, is a constant witness to her husband's pain. His trauma is hers.
I know Ben describes it, and I'm sure other people do too, that, it's a sign of weakness, and they don't want to be portrayed as weak. It's not. It's actually really strong. Sorry.
When Taylor Pulverenti feels her anxiety rising, she retreats to a safe place.
My house is definitely my haven. We've just gotten a little cat, and he's definitely helped out a lot. I'm lucky enough to have multiple places that I feel safe in as well. I can go to my mum's house and feel the same. I can go to my dad's and my uncle's. I feel safe in all of those places.
Comedian Ben Pobji relies on the calm, common sense of his wife Rebecca to pull him back in his darkest moments.
She's very good at reminding me of what I know at times when I'm finding it hard to focus on anything but what I feel.
I kind of just try to say, that this is going to be okay. That this is not important.
As for reality television star Tracy Jewel, she listens to music and meditates to block out the harsh noises that trigger her anxiety.
I'm not cured, but I can certainly manage it. And I think that's a really important message for other people.
And she's studying mental health, hoping she can use her experiences to help others.
I refuse to let things like this get the better of me. I do love my life. I love my family and friends, and I refuse to let it ruin that.